HSHS Holy Family Hospital, here with you. For adventures, big and small, and precious new beginnings. For the game you love, and that next big goal. For unforgettable milestones, and sharing memorable moments. We are here with you, and we are HSHS Holy Family Hospital.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to H.J. Long Gymnasium. I'm Doug Faulkner along with my partner, Tyler Rosen, and we're set here to begin the women's basketball SLIAC tournament. They take the top 6 teams. Your Greenville Panthers finished third this year. The top 2 teams get a bye. Those teams are Webster and Westminster. Neither one of those teams will play tonight. The SLIAC is looking for a 4-team tournament on Friday and Saturday. And the winner of this game between the Panthers and the Griffins from Fontbonne will be one of those teams. The other team will be the winner between Principia and Spalding. That game's being played at Principia, as Principia was the 4th seeded team in this conference. Greenville has won the first 2 regular season games against Fontbonne. The first game was rather close, where Greenville won at Fontbonne on January 6th, 74-67. And then on February 3rd, just 2.5 weeks ago, Greenville won 79-47. Pal Goodman led the Panthers with 18 points. Seymour had 10. Carolina Hoffman had 8 points, 8 steals, and 7 assists. Bailey led the way for Fontbonne with 14 points. The key in that game just 2.5 weeks ago was the 27 turnovers committed by Fontbonne, and they took half their shots from 3. They took 30 out of 59 shots from 3, and they only hit 20%. So we'll see how this game plays out tonight. One thing you will see on your screen is you will see Fontbonne playing what I call a relaxed or sagging man-to-man. And Greenville does not shoot well from the three-point line. Over the course of this year, they've shot about 27%. We're ready for tip-off here. And the ball is up, and Fontbonne and Pickett will handle it in the backcourt. Greenville immediately comes up and traps Pickett. This is Bailey, their leading scorer coming into this game. Back over to Pickett out front. You can see the man-to-man defense by the Lady Panthers. This is Pickett passing it around the corner, and I think right away we have a traveling call on Myers, and it looks like Fontbonne's going to pick up, surprisingly so, full court. Maybe they've seen something in the film, although Greenville usually likes a fast-paced game. We'll see if maybe they don't pick up and then drop back rather quickly is going to be my guess. It's never easy to beat a team 3 times. That's the old saying, and it's a true saying. Hoffman from Brummer gets it across half court. Back to Brummer. Now back to Hoffman over to the right wing. Pal Goodman. The Panthers are playing catch around the perimeter. Comes into Pal Goodman. She looks opposite to Brummer. A little floater from 3 foot. No good. Short off the front of the rim. Here comes Bailey up. And with Fontbonne's going to let a 3 go off the back rim. No good. Rebound Hoffman. Hoffman quickly gets it up to Pal Goodman, but throws it out of reach. And I believe that was Myers who took that last 3 from Fontbonne over in the left corner. Now you'll see the zone press from the Lady Panthers. Comes into Bailey. Back to Pickett. Pickett gets it up to Harbor. Earl throws it top to Pickett, and this is Bailey. Bailey crosses over and tries to kick it back to Myers, out of bounds. A quick 2 turnovers for Fontbonne, and I talked about that just a few minutes ago, that I think that's going to play a big role in this game. Not surprisingly so, but Fontbonne only turned the ball over 14 times in that first game, and it was a relatively close game, and Greenville's kind of giving the gifts right back to Fontbonne. They've had 2 early turnovers here. 8:40 to go. Nobody's on the scoreboard. Pickett into Earls. Over to Harbor. Harbor to Myers, Pickett, and Bailey. Earls. And it's picked off by Brummer. Here she comes. She's going to lay it up, and too hard off the rim. No good. Here comes Bailey the other way. Bailey kicks it to Harbor. She lets a three go. Hard off the rim. No good. Rebound, Brummer. Brummer throws it around, throws it away. Check that, Tyler.
Yeah, it was a tough rebound there for Brummer. Did a nice job. Physical box out there. Went through some contact. Unfortunately, just got going too quick to try and find a teammate there. Another turnover committed by the Panthers.
Fontbonne gets it into Earls. This is Bailey. Bailey's going to have to be in double figures tonight, I think, for Fontbonne to have a chance. This is Pickett. Hands it off to Harbor. Back to Bailey. Crossover dribble. She gets it out. I believe that's Earls. Hard off the rim, and so far, Fontbonne can't connect from three. Carolina Hoffman puts on the Jets, goes all the way to the hole, puts it up and in. Carolina Hoffman raced it all the way up the court by herself. Bailey going to try to return the favor. Gets it off to Harbor for a three. Finally, a three drops for Fontbonne. They're 1 of 4 from the three-point line. Both teams have 3 turnovers. Nice backdoor cut by Iberg and a great pass by Seymour, but Iberg can't connect. Michael Fitzgerald, the Fontbonne coach, up yelling instructions. And that's Myers, takes it to the hole, all the way off backboard, no good. Rebound to Jesus. DeJesus gets it to Hoffman. Hoffman trying to get the Panthers into something a little bit more concrete. Surprised they didn't go into Seymour there. I think Seymour has the advantage, and I don't think you're seeing quite the sagging defense that maybe we anticipated. I think the Panthers can throw it directly into Seymour. Nice little left-hand scoop shot there by Bailey. Fontbonne has the early three-point lead, 5-2, 6.5 to go in the first. Hoffman to Iberg. Nice backdoor, good pass. 2 points. Nice pass by Iberg to a cutting Hoffman, I think, and now a steal by the Panthers off their press. DeJesus from 15, no good. Short off the rim, rebound Myers for Fontbonne. She gets it up to Earls. Right wing. They kick it back out to Bailey, and then she gives it to Earls. This is Pickett. Pickett's a local Greenville gal, and she can make them from three land. Myers to Earls. Back to Myers. Three-pointer, no good. Fontbonne's going to rely on that shot, and the quantity may be the difference here. There's Hoffman with the scoop shot. No good. Rebound Bailey. She pushes it up to Myers, and it goes out of bounds. I believe what the Panthers are going to need to do here, Tyler, show a little bit more patience if they don't have the break and try to go into Seymour. I think Seymour has the advantage against this Fontbonne unit. The biggest person for the Griffins here tonight that's going to play the most is Earls, and she's 5'9". Seymour is 6 foot and is a little bit stronger than Earls as well. So I think she has the advantage. This is Compton. Cisneros. Up top to Pal Goodman. She's going to try to take it to the hole. She forced the drive, no good. Rebound to Myers. Bailey pushes it up to, let's see, that was Beamer, and it comes back to Myers. Left-handed drive, no good. Both teams having a rough time getting a shot to drive here early. Another turnover by the Panthers. It's up to Bailey on the right wing. This is Beamer. She slips into the lane, tries to put up a little scoop shot, and it is no good and blocked, I believe, by Brummer. It'll be out of bounds. It'll be Fontbonne ball underneath their own bucket. And now we have a timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to the Panther Sports Network.
HSHS Holy Family Hospital, here with you for adventures, big and small. and precious new beginnings. For the game you love, and that next big goal. For unforgettable milestones, and sharing memorable moments. We are here with you, and we are HSHS Holy Family Hospital.
Welcome back, H.J. Long Gymnasium. I'm Doug Faulkner along with Tyler Rosen. And Tyler, been a little helter-skelter here. Both teams trying to get a shot to drop. Fontbonne's, let's see here, 2 of 9, and Greenville's 2 of 8.
It definitely tells the story of the first 5 minutes so far tonight. You mentioned it, both teams struggling to get anything really to fall from anywhere on the floor. Part of that's been both teams have just been playing so fast trying to get up the floor. You mentioned it before going to break. Specifically for the Panthers, patience is going to be key. That blowout win just a couple of weeks ago for 3 quarters was a pretty back-and-forth type of game until the final 10.
Yeah, good point, Tyler. That game really didn't break open until right around the beginning of the 4th, end of the 3rd. You're right. Fontbonne underneath their own bucket. This is Becker. And that's Myers to Bailey up top. Bailey trying to get Fontbonne into something a little more structured. Oh, a nice little pick and then a roll to the bucket by Bailey, and the Panthers did a nice job covering her on the cut. A 3 launch, no good, hard off the rim, but a nice rebound there by Myers. She misses, and Cisneros with the rebound almost throws it away. It came then into Coheen, now back to Cisneros. This is Compton out front. Early in this game, Panthers are playing some players off the bench. Are having a hard time going high-low there. I don't think they need to do it. I think they can go directly into the post, especially when Seymour's in. Fontbonne is putting a little more pressure on than they are sagging right now. This is Bailey outside a 3, and she was a foot beyond the line and drilled it. 8-4 Fontbonne. 3:45 to go. Trying to get that ball into the post, and Fontbonne's just doing an excellent job. That's the 3rd turnover for the Panthers, trying to get the ball into the post. Bailey out front. This is Earls, a cutting Meyer, nothing there. Bailey uses the ball screen, and they're going to call a foul on Earls on the ball screen, I believe. That's the first foul of the game with 3:24 to go in the first. That's why I feel like I'm just rushing the game. There's been no fouls. There's been no stoppage of play other than the one timeout.
Yeah, both these teams playing smart here. Look, they're at this point in the tournament, there's no difference between a 3 seed and a 6 seed. You're still playing to get to the semis. Both teams doing a nice job playing a clean game here to start.
Myers playing good defense there. Look who's on the rebound. Seymour. I think that's going to be the key. Seymour's got a chance, I think, to do a lot of things in this ball game if the Panthers will look to her. Now the full court press. Only the second time we've seen it tonight because Greenville's been unable to score. There's a 3 from the corner. No good. Hard off the rim by Earls. Rebound Iberg. Iberg moves it up into the front court. Tries to hand it off. Does so sloppily to Hoffman, and it eventually comes back out to Meek. Meek tries to get it in to Seymour and can't. And the Panthers are going to have to work at this. They can get the ball into the post. They're just going to have to move the ball around the perimeter, make the defense move a little bit. Fontbonne is going to come on help side in most cases. Inbounds pass comes to DeJesus. Iberg over to Meek. 10 seconds on the shot clock. There it is. There it is, and they waited too long. Hoffman didn't get it in, gets it to Iberg. Iberg, look who's got the rebound, Seymour, and she misses. Here comes Beamer. Beamer looking over at Coach Fitzgerald, and they're going to set something up. 8-6 is the score in favor of Fontbonne. Fitzgerald is a little upset. Fontbonne didn't run what he wanted. A missed 3 by Pickett, a rebound by Bailey, kicks it back out to Pickett, and now they're playing catch with it. Here's Bailey all the way to the rim, misses, rebound Hoffman. And Fontbonne has really helped Greenville. They're 3 of 14 here in the first quarter. Bailey putting pressure on Hoffman. It comes to DeJesus, left corner, hard off the rim, no good. And the ball is knocked out of bounds by Meek. Probably should have been a foul, and it wasn't called.
Yeah, and that's what Michael Fitzgerald's arguing right now to the officials. Said, I'll take the ball, but that definitely should have been a foul. I agree with you there, Doug. But no whistle.
Fontbonne has 6 turnovers, but here's the problem. Greenville has 7. That has really been a hindrance to this Panther team. Now finally we're going to get a hand check here on Brummer in this press. I don't really think Fontbonne has necessarily turned it over because of the good pressure by Greenville. I think they've just made some bad passes to one another. This is Beamer. 1:30 to go. 8-6 is your score, folks. Both teams having a rough time taking the lid off. All the way to the hole. Nobody even guarded Becker. She drove from that right wing off a ball screen, and nobody came from help side. But Greenville has 6 points with 1:13 to go. They're 3 of 13 from the field. Let's see if they can't get something going. And you can see on your screen how Fontbonne is out guarding the ball. There it goes into Seymour. Nice help there by Harbor, and she's able to tie up Seymour. Right now, this Greenville offense is just out of sync, Tyler.
Yeah, they haven't been able to really find their footing, so to speak, through this entire first 9 minutes of this first quarter. And even when they've been able to slow down and try to play a patient game, the putbacks haven't been there, waiting too long to try and work it down low.
Panthers get the ball inbounds. That was off Fontbonne. Iberg will connect on a 2 just inside the 3-point line. 50 seconds to go. See if Greenville can put a little bit of pressure on Fontbonne. They're kind of backed off in this press just a little bit. I would call it almost a 3-quarter court press. The ball comes into Bailey. Bailey leads Fontbonne in scoring with 5 here in the first quarter. This is Cornelius out top. Bailey, right wing 3, up and good. Nothing but the bottom. 13-8. Greenville's got plenty of time to get off a shot. Fontbonne in a little bit of a press here, almost a 2-2-1. Hoffman tried to get it to Seymour, and once again a turnover going to Seymour. I think the Panthers have the right idea. They're just not able to execute.
Yeah, and I think there Hoffman just waited a hair too long to try and work that to Seymour. She was guarded well as she worked closer to the rim.
Ball comes in. It's stolen by Brummer. And now we're probably, now it's into the hands of Cornelius as the ball was almost tied up. Fontbonne will have an opportunity. Pickett will let it fly, or should they don't get off a shot. Coach Michael Fitzgerald from Fontbonne is really upset, and he should be. Absolutely. Fontbonne had every opportunity to put up a shot, and they didn't get it off. We're going to take a break. You're listening to the Panther Sports Network.
Looking to get that extra 10%. Reach the next level with Athletic Republic. Athletic Republic is science-based performance sports training, delivering intense, position-specific, one-on-one training. Stop working out and start training. Visit your local Athletic Republic training center today. Athletic Republic, where athletes who give 110% get the extra 10%.
Welcome back, H.J. Long Gymnasium, Greenville University. And the Greenville Panthers trail the Fontbonne Griffins 13-8 here in the first quarter. And it was really difficult going for both teams. Fontbonne had 7 turnovers. Greenville had 9. Holy smokes. They were 4 of 14 from the field. Greenville's lucky they're not down more with 9 turnovers and going 4 of 14. That's a deadly combo. The winner of this game will head to Webster University to play in the Final Four for the conference tournament. This is Myers, right wing. Gets it off to Harbor. Back to Bailey out front. Harbor kicks it to Myers. Another three and nothing but the bottom of the net. And right now, Fontbonne has doubled up Greenville 16-8. Almost stolen. Fontbonne with their full court press. The Panthers are going to throw it away again. They're up to 10 turnovers here, folks. 9.5 to go. And as Mr. Rosen has given us such good information, he remembers accurately. This game looks a little bit like the first game, although I'm not sure Greenville played this poorly for this long of a period of time. This is Bailey, right wing. Panthers are just giving the passes out front. A three is launched, and it is good, and it's Harbor. And in the first game, Fontbonne hit threes too to keep it close. Now the Panthers throw it away again. And I don't know how much longer Coach Mulholland, I think, with a very good time out there to try to settle down this Panther team. We'll take a break. You're listening to the Panther Sports Network. Welcome back to H.J. Long Gymnasium in Greenville, Illinois, on the campus of Greenville University. Your Panthers trail the Fontbonne Griffins 19-8. Leading scorer for the Griffins is Bailey with 8, and Harbor has 6. Bailey is 2 for 2 from the three-point line. Harbor is 2 for 3. And the Griffins are 5 of 12 from 3. They're going to take a lot of threes. They're probably going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 30-plus threes tonight is going to be my guess. Greenville's taken 2 threes. They're 0 of 2. They're 4 of 14 from the field. But the biggest stat so far is Greenville's 11 turnovers with 8:53 to go before half. Fontbonne inbounds the ball, throwing the ball around the perimeter. Now, Fontbonne doesn't necessarily shoot great from 3. But tonight, right now, they are. Yes, Myers puts in another. And it's 22-8. Coach Mulholland has put back his starting lineup. That timeout was to get them back in the game. But Greenville has not even been able to put on their press because they haven't been able to score. And Powell, Goodman, and Hoffman are going to have to look for some shots. They go in, and that adds 2 points for Seymour. That's what I've talked about. I think that's there. But I think Hoffman and Powell Goodman are going to have to be bigger threats in order to open some stuff up for Seymour. Now a steal by Hoffman. She does a little scoop shot. It goes down, and she was fouled by Harbor. Carolina Hoffman makes it a 10-point game. Nice play by Hoffman.
We've seen a couple games this year where Hoffman hasn't necessarily been her full self on the floor, and the Panthers have been able to overcome and really come away with some nice wins. But you know, you can't rely on that every time when one of your key players might not be having the night she wants. It's going to be key for Hoffman to kind of get herself going here before half.
Hoffman misses the free throw but gets her own rebound after DeJesus got a hand on it. Right wing is DeJesus. Dribbles baseline. And what I think they're going to call a foul maybe on Myers. Yeah, they're going to call a foul on Myers on the drive by DeJesus along the baseline. Mike Fitzgerald, the coach for the Griffins, isn't happy with that. And then Hoffman throws it away. And then Fontbonne throws it away. Hot potato, hot right now. Fontbonne has 8 turnovers. Greenville has 11 for 19 turnovers. We got 7:35 to go before half. Iberg out front. Gets it in to Seymour. They're double teaming. Now Greenville doing a good job off of that. Rotating the ball quickly around the perimeter. Meek looks in. Wisely passes it out. Nice little pass there to DeJesus. Good shot. She misses it hard off the back of the rim. Went for the rebound, but then it went off of her hand as she went for her own missed shot rebound, and it went out of bounds. It'll be Fontbonne ball. Ball comes into Earls at the half court. The Greenville press has really not done much against this Fontbonne unit. They haven't had a difficult time going against it. Another three is missed by Myers. Here comes Hoffman. 1-on-3. Takes it to the baseline, puts it up left-handed, but they may call, they're going to call a foul. I thought she might have walked with it. They did not call it. The foul is going to be on Beamer. That's her second.
Well, and Beamer certainly agrees with you, Doug. She was not happy with that whistle, and I think she thought there was a walk before any foul occurred as well.
6:50 to go, and these Lady Panthers only have 12 points. A three is missed by DeJesus. Here comes Meyer into the front court. This is Earls trying to direct traffic out front. Pickett hands off to Bailey. She'll net another three go. Bingo! Bailey has been on fire. 25-12. And we're trying to get the stats to work on live stats. They're a little bit behind.
I'll tell you this much, Doug. For a team that doesn't shoot the three-point well, they're doing it incredibly well tonight. I'll give you the number on the year. Just 28% from beyond the arc this year. Well above that here in the first half.
Yeah, they're 46% here right now. DeJesus will let a three fly. Short off the front of the rim. Nice rebound by Myers from Fontbonne. 6 minutes to go before popcorn. 25-12. Myers, Pickett, Beamer, Bailey, and they're going to call a hand check on Iberg. And Greenville has just had such a rough time getting it going offensively. 25. The Panthers have 12 points with just a little under 6 minutes to go before half. Ball comes into Bailey. I don't think Fontbonne will shoot this good the rest of the game. Believe me, I've been wrong before. This is Pickett. Myers back to Pickett. She lets a three go. Hard off the back of the rim. Rebound Myers. And she goes back up with the shot, and it's blocked and knocked out of bounds by Brummer, I believe. 5.5 before halftime. Fontbonne leads 25-12. Pickett's really looking to get the ball in bounds, pleading with her team to get open. They finally do. It comes out to Bailey. This is Harbor to Myers to Pickett. No good. Rebound Brummer. Iberg gives it back to Hoffman. Powell Goodman. Brummer. Hoffman. Dribbles into the lane. Almost taken away. Finally picked up by Powell Goodman, and she'll draw the foul. We need something from Powell Goodman. She's going to have to create. She's going to have to get that little 10-footer that she's so accustomed to making. right now, Goodman has 0 points and is 0 for 1. Now, she's a good free throw shooter. Her first free throw is up and good. Pal Goodman from the free throw line this year is 102 out of 126 for 81%. Second free throw is up and good. Panthers able to put on a little bit of a press. The ball gets to Myers in the front court. A great place to trap, and they're not able to get it. Harbor back out to Bailey. Bailey kicks. I think that's Pickett over there. No good. Rebound Iberg. Fontbonne starting to cool off. Nice pass right there by Pal Goodman to Brummer. Good job by Pal Goodman.
Good hesitation by Brummer before going up.
That ball's knocked away by Pal Goodman, but into the hands of Becker. It comes back to Bailey, and this will be Pickett out front. They'll slow it down in their own front court. This is Myers from 3, no good. Rebound Brummer. And there's going to be a foul called there. Coach Mike Fitzgerald from Fontbonne felt like she just fell down. And the officials are saying that's not the case, that Pickett pushed her, and that's why she fell, and that will send, that's the 5th foul on Fontbonne, so it'll send Brummer to the line. And that's 2 fouls on Pickett. Pickett's been unable to connect tonight from 3. She's 0 for 4. Fontbonne's cooled off. They're now 7 of 19. Of their 27 shots, 19 have come from 3. Greenville's giving them threes for the very reason that my partner, Tyler Rosen, mentioned. They have not shot the 3 particularly well. Brummer missed the first but makes the second. 25-17, 4:18 to go before half. Greenville in this three-quarter court. I think they did try to trap the first pass. They were a little late getting there. This is Becker. Harbor. Becker. Bailey. Crossover dribble by Bailey. She kicks it to Meyer. Another 3. Short off the front of the rim, and rebound Harbor. So I think we're going to see this all night long, where Fontbonne, is going to go, from being red hot to ice cold, and that's what they've done here. Greenville's just allowing them to take 3 shots from the 3. Hoffman almost picks it off, and now does. Hoffman pitched it to Goheen at the last minute, but she was fouled after she made the interception, was coming up the court. And another foul there, and that's going to be called against Becker. That'll be her second. So the Panthers trying to feast a little bit from the free throw line. First free throw by Hoffman is good.
3 Griffins with 2 fouls. Becker, Beamer, Fitzgerald. Pickett, rather.
Second free throw by Hoffman is good. Panthers trail by 6. You can see where Brummer's positioned. This is like a 3-quarter court press. Bailey attacks all the way to the bucket, and that's going to be a foul on Cisneros. That 3-quarter court press is okay, but it's really not slowing Fontbonne down any, and Fontbonne's not struggling with it. And the Panthers really aren't getting any traps once they cross it over into the front court right now.
Yeah, this press, I agree with you, Doug, has been broken relatively easily for the most part.
Bailey hit her first free throw, misses her second, and they're saying it's going to go off on Earls. It'll be Greenville ball. 3:34 to go. Panthers trail by 7. Panthers trying to get a win here against Fontbonne in the first round of the SLIAC tournament to put them at Webster University for the top 4 teams. This is Iberg, races into the front court, throws a bad pass, but handled there by Goheen. She gets the ball into the lane, no good, but look who's there. Alyssa Seymour gets the rebound and puts it back up and in. Fontbonne really doesn't have a match for Seymour. Panthers really not trapping. This is a great place for one. And Mike Fitzgerald called a timeout. I think he anticipated that trap and was trying to save his player. We'll take a break. You're listening to the Panther Sports Network.
HSHS Holy Family Hospital, here with you. For adventures, big and small. And precious new beginnings. For the game you love. And that next big goal. For unforgettable milestones. And sharing memorable moments. We are here with you. And we are HSHS Holy Family Hospital.
Welcome back, H.A. Long Gymnasium. I'm Doug Faulkner, along with Tyler Rosen here, where your Panthers trail the Fontbonne Griffins by 5 with 3:05 to go. The Panthers have not had a great half, but they only trail by 5 with 3 minutes to go. They're 8 of 22 from the field. They're 0 of 3 from 3. They've been saved a little bit at the free throw line, where they're 5 of 7. Fontbonne now working the ball around the perimeter with ease. And this is Harbor. I think she walked. They didn't call it. This is Bailey. She'll let a three fly. No good. Rebound. Brummer, but saved it to the wrong team. This is Bailey. Out front, trying to get her team set. They're in like a 5-out set here, looking at your screen. Everybody's along the perimeter. And we get a whistle. I don't know what happened there. The officials, not sure what happened there on the whistle. Tyler, did you?
No, I guess inadvertent whistle. I thought maybe they were going to whistle a foul or a walk, but there was not much going on.
This is Becker. Beamer. And a three is launched from the right corner by Becker. Goes off the rim and way up into the air, and then look what I found. Fell right through the hole. 29-21. That is the 22nd three shot by Fontbonne here in the first half. Iberg tries to go into Seymour, and the Panthers are going to have to get that ironed out at halftime. I think most of it is just simple execution.
Yeah.
They're just going to have to find a way to get the right angle. That wasn't a great angle. And they're going to have to get it. Seymour's going to have to give them a good target. They're going to have to hit. Yes, finally, the Panthers get a turnover on their press. Now we're going to see up. You'll see 4 people here across the top line here. 2 at the elbow, 2 wings. We got another whistle. I do not know why that whistle was called. Greenville will inbound it again. You'll see 2 people at the corners of the free throw line and 2 wings. Backdoor cut by Pal Goodman. And now Iberg will take a 3 and buries it. Natalie was really comfortable, you could tell when she took it. Almost picked off by Hoffman. Almost a push there by Beamer. 29-24, a minute 20 to go before popcorn. This is Harbor. 21 is Beamer. She puts it up and in. Beamer providing a little offense for the Griffins here. Minute to go. Panthers trail by 7. Hoffman just says, I'll take it all the way. Thank you very much. Puts it up and in, 31-26. Here comes Bailey. She races through the Panther press, gives it to Earl from 3. No good. Pal Goodman chases the ball out of bounds. They're going to say it went off on Pal Goodman. Nice hustle there by Pal Goodman.
Compton checking in for Hoffman. Earls will take a seat for Fontbonne.
Yeah, if you're coaching right now, you'd prefer not to have anybody in with 2 fouls. That's Beamer to Myers to Becker. Back to Beamer. The ball's on the ground. Gets to Bailey somehow. She drives. Myers will fire a 3. Rolls around the rim and goes in. That's 2 threes that have kind of haven't been the best shots, but they've rolled up and around and through. Panthers trail by 8. 19 seconds to go. That's a shot by Pal Goodman on the baseline. No good. 10 seconds to go. Beamer rushes it into the front court. Harbor takes it to the hole. She'll draw a foul against the Jesus. And Fontbonne has played this last minute and a half pretty well. Greenville had cut drastically in that lead. Got it down, I believe, under 5. And Fontbonne's come racing back, and they're trying to push after that free throw. This will be Harbor trying to push it to a 10-point lead before half. There's 4 seconds left. Harbor's second free throw, no good. Hard off the rim, and Bailey will let a 3 go. No good. Right at the buzzer. And the Panthers will go into halftime trailing 35-26. And we'll let everybody have a break. We'll try to come back a little bit early to give you some stats. But one of the biggest stats here in the first half is Fontbonne has only turned the ball over 11 times, and Greenville has turned it over 13 times. That's the big stat heading into halftime. We'll take a break. You're listening to the Panther Sports Network.
If you're interested in a tour of the beautiful and historic St. Louis area or a charter trip in one of our luxury coaches, Vandalia Bus Lines can get you there. You might be interested in a tour of the lower 48 continental United States or parts of Canada, or maybe a weekend vacation with a group of friends to cheer on the Tigers in Columbia or the Illini in Champaign. Vandalia Bus Lines, the largest fleet in the St. Louis area, 800-542-4287.
HSHS Holy Family Hospital, here with you. For adventures, big and small, and precious new beginnings. For the game you love, and that next big goal. For unforgettable milestones, and sharing memorable moments. We are here with you, and we are HSHS Holy Family Hospital.
Welcome back, H.J. Long Gymnasium. Doug Faulkner along with Tyler Rosen, where Greenville University trails the Fontbonne Griffins 35-26, 12 of 34 from the field for Fontbonne, 10 of 25 for Greenville, 9 of 25 from the three-point line for Fontbonne, 1 of 4 for Greenville from the three-point line. Turnovers, Greenville has 13, Fontbonne has 11. We're ready to begin. The ball comes into Hoffman into the front court. Pal Goodman tries to rotate the ball. Brummer over left wing. They're trying to get it into Seymour. Hoffman takes it, gives it to Pal Goodman on a cut. She misses 2 shots. And the rebound goes to Earls. And we got an official timeout. And I think that's because Myers accidentally got knocked in the eye. So the officials just stopped play here. And we'll see this kind of sagging press here where Brummer stands mid-lane. The ball's thrown away into Hoffman's hands. Greenville is going to have to start putting the ball in the hole. It was a nice little backdoor cut last play by Pal Goodman, but she had 2 looks. She shot one, got her own rebound, and missed both. Now a missed 3 from Iberg. This is Myers. Pickett over to Bailey. A 3 by Harbor is good. 38-26. The longer the game goes like this, usually a team grows some confidence. And that's not what you want to see. Greenville's going to have to make a run here in this quarter. Seymour back out to Hoffman. And you can even watch how the Panthers are playing. They're a little bit in slow motion. Hoffman misses the 3. Earls races, gets it down. The ball goes up to Myers. She hits it, and a foul on Pal Goodman. And Fontbonne showing a lot of emotion. You can see the confidence growing. All of a sudden, it's 40-26. And you can see kind of the body language right now of the Lady Panthers in comparison to the body language of Fontbonne is far different. Missed free throw, but a rebound comes bouncing out to Bailey for Fontbonne. Harbor, Earls, back to Earls from Myers. Now Bailey up top, tries to use a ball screen, gets all the way to the hole, puts it up, no good. Rebound Myers. Coach Fitzgerald wanted a foul. He might have had a case there. Brummer up top. Pal Goodman. Iberg in the lane. You can see the movement from the Panthers. A little slow out there and sluggish. Hoffman gets into the lane. She's going to be called for 3 if she doesn't watch it. She just kept spinning around, eventually threw it up and it went in. Bailey just dribbling through the press with no problem. Now all of a sudden we got a double team, a kick to Pickett. She misses the shot, and Iberg picked it up and just kind of tossed it into no man's land. It's picked up by Bailey. And that's Pickett. She elects not to shoot, throws it cross court to Myers. She takes it into the hole and puts it up and in. All of a sudden, Myers has 11. She's in double figures. Harbor, Myers, Bailey, all in double figures. And this score is 42-28. And Coach Mulholland is going to put in some subs here. 7 minutes to go in the third. Pal Goodman fires a 3. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. They're going to need something. 42-31. This soft press is not providing any resistance to Fontbonne. Myers all the way to the hole, and there's just no contest there whatsoever.
This looks awfully easy at times tonight for the Griffins on the offensive end.
Here comes Pal Goodman, races into the front court. Iberg takes it to the bucket, and it's good. I really would like to see the Panthers defensively put some pressure, and Iberg does a good job and takes a charge, is what they're going to call on Myers.
Yeah, Myers extended the elbow a bit there. Pretty clear extension, created the space. Good call by the official across the way. 6:21 to play in the third.
DeJesus gets it into Compton. Compton back to DeJesus. She'll get it into the front court. This is Compton. Meek. Up front to DeJesus. That's a 3. Grazed iron by Meek. Here comes Bailey for Fontbonne into the front court. Harbor eventually gives it to Myers. She misses the 3. A good rebound there by Harbor. This is Bailey. Puts her head down, goes to the bucket, and it's off the glass. This Panther defense is going to have to stiffen. Compton Nice bounce pass to Cisneros. She puts it up. Rebound Myers. Myers is everywhere right now. This is Bailey. She goes all the way to the hole, and she draws a foul. Right now, the Panther defense is just playing way too passive.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's difficult to get your team to play aggressive and play inside that three-point line. That's always been my thought. You know, you can kind of all of a sudden start playing a sagging man back on your heels, and you're actually easy to drive against. And right now, I think that's what's happening. And I don't think the press is providing any kind of pressure. There's hardly any trapping. They're dribbling right through it. All they got to do is get by one person, and they're almost in the open court. So there's not much happening there. Bailey's free throw off the front of the rim and rolls in.
Got a score update from our other SLIAC quarterfinal game on the women's side. At the half, last score update we got, Principia was up 50-24 over Spalding. First SLIAC playoff game for Print in almost 3 decades.
Wow. Here comes Iberg. Gets it up to Pal Goodman. You can see just the hesitation. There's not offensively. The Panthers just look sluggish. Gets into Seymour, and she puts it up and in. And that's there if the Panthers will be able to execute it.
Panthers have seen a little complacent on the offensive end at times tonight, to speak to what you're observing, Doug, as well.
17-footer no good by Becker, but a rebound by Becker out to Harbor, and she buries a three. And Fontbonne all of a sudden finds itself up 15 with 4.5 to go.
Well, and Doug, one of the biggest problems for the Panthers at the defensive end has been allowing all these offensive boards for Fontbonne throughout the game. Continues here in the second half.
And I'd say Hoffman got a little lucky there, drawing the foul on the drive. It's a nice little scoop shot. And we're going to have a timeout in the action. We'll take a break. You're listening to the Panthers Sports Network.
Looking to get that extra 10%. Reach the next level with Athletic Republic. Athletic Republic is science-based performance sports training, delivering intense, position-specific one-on-one training. Stop working out and start training. Visit your local Athletic Republic training center today. Athletic Republic, where athletes who give 110% get the extra 10%.
Welcome back, everybody, to H.J. Long Gymnasium. Doug Faulkner along with Tyler Rosen on the campus of Greenville University. And these Lady Panthers tonight have been struggling. They have only 35 points in this game with 4:21 to go in the third. This game was relatively close 2.5 weeks ago. About this same time, Panthers were down and really made a kind of a big close at the end of the third, and then took over the game in the fourth quarter, ended up winning by about 20 points. But right now, would say the momentum, the energy, the execution has all been Fontbonne. And Greenville is 14 of 35 from the field, which isn't all that bad. They're 2 of 8 from 3. But Fontbonne's taken 9 more shots. They've taken 44 shots. They're 11 of 28 from 3, and that's right now one of the big aspects of this game. Hoffman's first free throw is no good. Everything's just a little stale right now. Second free throw is good by Hoffman. Panthers have backed out of the press totally. And so now almost intercepted there by Brummer. This is Earls. But you can see how far in the Panthers are playing defensively. Fontbonne just can pass the ball at will. Finally, Pal Goodman comes out, gets in the passing lane, gets a steal, goes in between 2 and misses. Earls with the rebound up to Bailey. She double dribbled and they didn't call it. And now they're going to call a foul on Pal Goodman. Coach Mulholland wanted a foul against Pal Goodman on the offensive end there. I thought the officials missed 2 or 3 things in that segment there.
And Coach Mulholland's been pretty reserved tonight. He's understood that maybe the energy hasn't been there from his team, but that sequence got him off his seat.
And for the first time tonight, I think just in the last possession or two, we're starting to see the Lady Panthers at least provide some resistance and get in the passing lanes a little bit. That's Harbor from 3, short off the front of the rim. Rebound Earls. See if Fontbonne wants to use clock. They haven't played that way tonight. And what are we're going to call?
Illegal block.
Illegal screen on Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of an odd call.
It's 3 apiece for each team. And that'll bring Pickett in off the bench.
And Fontbonne has been using some token pressure, token full court pressure tonight. Fontbonne has 15 turnovers. The Panthers have 14. They've not been able, when the Panthers won big last time, they dominated that turnover statistic, and tonight that has not been the case. That's Pal Goodman from 16, no good. It'll go off on Seymour. This is Beamer. 3 minutes to go. 50-36. And Fontbonne throwing it around the perimeter. Nice little dish there. No good by Earls. Rebound Seymour. The dish was by Beamer. Nice little drive and dish, but it didn't account for anything. Here's Hoffman off a ball pick. Now she wants to have some room to drive. Gives it to Pal Goodman. She tries to get it into Seymour. She does. And Seymour's going to be foul.
Got a jump ball.
It's got a jump ball. It'll be Fontbonne ball. I just really would like to see Pal Goodman and Hoffman get involved on the defensive side of the ball myself to kind of get some energy going. 2:30 to go. Panthers trail by 14. This is Beamer out front. Beamer, and this is Becker into the lane. She puts it right up and good. And this half-court defense from the Panthers has just really been very, very soft here.
Well, they've, as we've mentioned, given the three-point line to the Griffins, and it's allowed the Griffins, when they want to attack in, to kind of develop that and pull Greenville out at times and attack when necessary. It's been an impressive display offensively for Fontbonne, and again, the offensive boards for the Griffins have been a real game changer at the offensive end for them. At the defensive end for the Panthers, it's really just prolonged some of these shifts, I guess we'll call them, at the offensive end of the floor for the Griffins. Tough sledding all around for the Panthers tonight.
Pal Goodman's free throw is good. 52-37. Panthers are 14 of 37 from the field, 2 of 8 from 3, and that next free throw goes down for Pal Goodman. She's 4 of 4 from the line, I believe. She is. She's 1 of 7 from the field. This is Bailey. And now we're going to have a foul called on Brummer. One of the things that Fontbonne has done tonight is put pressure on the Panther defense by taking the ball to the hole.
Yeah.
And Myers can drive well, so can obviously Bailey can. Beamer has a little bit of quickness and aggressiveness. Harbor. And there's a situation where I think the Panthers putting a little bit more pressure. I think if they can apply some pressure, I think Fontbonne may falter under some of it. This is Pal Goodman. Hoffman out front. Panthers are really struggling getting into anything offensively. Already down to 12 seconds. This is Hoffman. She finally takes it all the way to the hole. 52-40. A minute 10 to go in the third quarter. This is Beamer. Behind the back to the hole, puts it up and good. Beamer's having herself a nice little game. Then a stolen pass by Myers. Back to Beamer. I think she walked. Yeah. And they called that. You know, the issue also with Fontbonne is, will they be able to play with a lead? Because they're going to have to be smart with the clock. This is Pal Goodman into the front court, and it's stolen by Fontbonne. Right now, nothing's going right for the Panthers. Mm-hmm. And you can see Fontbonne's a little bit hesitant on what they're doing. Playing with a 14-point lead. Bailey drives to the hole. Knocked out of her hands. She dives on the floor. Good hustle play, but when she did, she touched it out of bounds. It'll be Panther ball.
Looks like her and Iberg, the primary players on the floor. Cisneros maybe in the mix as well.
You wonder if some half-court traps wouldn't bother Fontbonne some. Yeah. So Fontbonne with the press. Greenville finally gets it up. 14 seconds. Hoffman, Powell Goodman, Iberg, Brummer, Hoffman. She spins into the lane, puts it up and in. And it's a 12-point game. And so the Lady Panthers are down 54-42. Heading into the fourth quarter, we'll take a break. You're listening to the Panther Sports Network.
HSHS Holy Family Hospital, here with you. For adventures, big and small. And precious new beginnings. For the game you love. And that next big goal. For unforgettable milestones and sharing memorable moments. We are here with you, and we are HSHS Holy Family Hospital.
Welcome back. H.J. Long Gymnasium on the campus of Greenville University. I'm Doug Faulkner along with Tyler Rosen. We got one quarter to play here in this first round of the SLIAC tournament. And the Lady Panthers have really struggled. They're at 42 points heading into the fourth quarter, trailing by 12. They've shot 2 of 8 from the three-point line for 25%. In comparison to their opponents, the Fontbonne Griffins are 11 of 29 for 38%. And Fontbonne's turned the ball over 18 times, but Greenville's turned it over 17. And we're going to have to see a different level of energy. I think you'll see it. The Lady Panthers are at home. And Fontbonne's going to have to play with a lead. And sometimes that's not easy to do. What they have been able to do is keep the Panther offense playing at a pretty slow pace. Here comes Hoffman into the lane. Kicks it to Powell Goodman. She puts up a runner, no good. Rebound Bailey. And Fitzgerald, Coach Fitzgerald, trying to get his team to understand time and score. Bailey lets a three go, no good. Almost a rebound by Harbor, but no. I think and what are they going to say? Yeah, it is Greenville ball. But I don't think Fontbonne is going to necessarily try to use clock. I don't think it's in their system.
A shot came off with 20 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah. Powell Goodman, left wing. But you can see how slow. This is the way the Panthers have played. They throw it around the perimeter, and eventually somebody will drive. But look at them, just kind of methodically looking around, picking up their dribble. Hoffman with the crossover, puts it up, no good, and it'll be Fontbonne ball off of Seymour. Fontbonne really doesn't look like they have much in terms of an offense that's going to slow down, make some passes, and try to create a shot with, under 10 seconds on the shot clock. We'll see. Drive to the hole, no good by Myers. That's one thing Fontbonne has been able to do with relative ease tonight, is just take the ball to the hole. There hasn't been much help side, and the Greenville defenders have just been able to be taken off the dribble. This is Myers. Her first free throw is up and good. The Griffins are now 4 of 8 from the free throw line. That's the 15th point of the game for Hannah Myers. Her second free throw is up and rolls around the rim and in. And now the Panthers are getting themselves into deep trouble, down 14, 8:30 to go in the game. There's going to have to be some hustle. Panthers throwing the ball around the perimeter. Hoffman will let a three fly and hit it. That's what they're going to need. 56-45. See if Fontbonne can use clock and score. This is Bailey all the way to the hole, and it goes off of her. They're going to say, however, it went off Pal Goodman. 18 seconds on the shot clock. 8:05 to go in the fourth. Ball comes into Myers, and she's going to be fouled by DeJesus.
It's Mia's third, I believe.
I'll tell you what, Myers has really played a nice game. She is their leading scorer tonight. She's taken 15 shots. She's taken 9 from three-point land. Her free throw is up and no good, hard off the rim. Hoffman is the leading scorer for both teams tonight. She has 20 of Greenville's 45. Second free throw is good by Myers. Gives her 18 on the evening. Under 8 to go. DeJesus looks into Pal Goodman. She puts it up, and she's going to draw the foul. I believe that's going to be on Harbor. And that'll be her first. We really haven't seen much of Pal Goodman tonight. She does have 7 points, but she's 1 of 8 from the field. Her first free throw is good. That's where she's nailed. She's about 81% on the year. But we're going to need to see that 15 to 17 footer that she likes to take. We're going to need to see more of that. Her second free throw is good. The Panthers have cut into this lead, believe it or not, to 10. And one of the issues here, as I've mentioned, is I'm not sure Fontbonne is going to necessarily use clock. I think they're going to take the good shot when it comes, regardless of the clock. That's Earls from 3. No good. She gets her own rebound. And then she's tied up. Be a jump ball, and it'll be Fontbonne ball. And Mr. Rosen has mentioned that tonight, where Fontbonne has had numerous offensive rebounds. In fact, they have 14 offensive rebounds compared to Greenville's 5. Big, big stat in this game. Myers back out to Earls. She'll let a 3 fly. No good, but look at Myers' rebound. We'll have another jump ball, and this one will be Greenville ball. There's still plenty of time left in this one. There's a lifetime. 7:20 to go. I don't think the Panthers are panicking at all, but I do think they're still a little hesitant offensively.
Yeah, hesitant, patient, whatever word you want to use to describe slow moving is certainly a good descriptor.
And it goes up and in for Seymour, and now all of a sudden the Panthers have cracked that double-point barrier. They've cut it to 8. Now Fontbonne working the ball around the perimeter. This is Myers. They're going to call travel on Myers. You know, a bucket here, and all of a sudden I think you're going to start to sense the momentum begin to change. Hoffman kind of jogs the ball up into the front court. Iberg left wing. That one's going to be stolen. And you can see it. Yeah. You can see it in the Panthers unit as that ball was stolen. If you were watching the Lady Panthers, there's either a sense of tiredness or just, I can't explain it, lethargic kind of movements out there from the Lady Panthers. We'll take a break. You're listening to the Panther Sports Network.
If you're interested in a tour of the beautiful and historic St. Louis area or a charter trip in one of our luxury coaches, Vandalia Bus Lines can get you there. You might be interested in a tour of the lower 48 continental United States or parts of Canada, or maybe a weekend vacation with a group of friends to cheer on the Tigers in Columbia or the Illini in Champaign. Vandalia Bus Lines, the largest fleet in the St. Louis area, 800-542-4287.
Welcome back to H.J. Long Gymnasium. Doug Faulkner along with Tyler Rosen. 6.5 to go in this one. Fontbonne holds a 10-point lead, and I thought that steal right there, Tyler, was a fairly big point maybe in this fourth quarter. We'll see, because the Panthers had cut it to 8, created another turnover, and I kind of thought if they got it under 8, I thought things would kind of switch, and just like that, every time they come down in their half-court offense, they're just a little sluggish, and I don't know if they're confused or if it's just something else is going on. I don't know. They just have not been able to kind of get off the schneid offensively.
Well, and credit to the Griffins. They've come in with a game plan defensively, and they've executed it well. Held this Panthers team that can score some points well below their season average, and the Griffins, who have allowed opponents to score almost at will this year, are holding the Panthers well below what they hold opponents to throughout the year. So, interesting night for sure here at H.J. Long.
And maybe the Panthers are trying too hardly to get it into Seymour. And what are they going to say? They're going to say the ball was knocked out of Hoffman's hands and out of bounds on that drive. Hoffman getting up slowly. She hit her chin on the floor. At least she's holding her chin.
Appears to be fine. Officials not making her get treatment.
And Hoffman tried to throw it off the back of one of the Griffins, and that didn't work, and it'll be Fontbonne ball. Bailey walked with it. And Fontbonne's going to make this game close. And the reason I say that is I don't know that they have a plan to try to play this game, use clock, and get a good shot. Play time and score.
Brummer checks in for Seymour.
I would say this, Fontbonne's press, while hasn't been overly effective, I think has had an impact on this game.
Yeah.
And because it's just put the Panthers in a mindset that is hesitant for some reason. And the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Fontbonne ball. Folks, 5:36 to go. Panthers trail 10. Come on, Panthers, let's go. This is Bailey. Pickett. Earls. Pickett drives. Gives it to Myers. Back to Pickett. Back to Myers. This is Bailey. Comes off the ball pick. Goes all the way to the hole. Lays it up but misses. Rebound Brummer. Gets it off to Hoffman. Hoffman is going to get it into the lane, kick it to Powell Goodman, now to Brummer. And the Panthers throw it away again. The Panthers with 19 turnovers this evening. Actually, check that, 20. Now Fontbonne really does need to use clock, and they just have not been able to do it very effectively. And there'll be a timeout on the floor, and we'll take another break. You're listening to the Panther Sports Network.
HSHS Holy Family Hospital, here with you. For adventures, big and small, and precious new beginnings. For the game you love, and that next big goal. For unforgettable milestones, and sharing memorable moments. We are here with you, and we are HSHS Holy Family Hospital.
Welcome back, H.J. Long Gymnasium. And the way the Lady Panthers have played tonight, you don't have anybody in the stands standing up. You have no emotion. It's just exactly when you're on the road, you want the fans behaving like our fans are behaving. This game has been played at a snail's pace, especially offensively, for the Lady Panthers. They've played a little bit lethargic. They've played hesitant. They've played a little mesmerized. But there's still plenty of time left here, and especially with that three-point shot. Pass comes into Pal Goodman, a little 10-footer, no good. Rebound to Jesus. She gets it out to Iberg. Meek looking for somebody, gets it to Pal Goodman. Now Hoffman gets it into the lane, shoots it in there, missed. Pal Goodman with the rebound, kicks it to Jesus. 17-footer, no good. Rebound, Bailey. Look at Fontbonne. Let's see if they want to use clock. This is not their style, and they're going to struggle with it, and now they throw it away. Coach Fitzgerald's getting a little frustrated with his crew. They just have not been able to play effectively with this lead. Coach Fitzgerald coming out, and that is Myers, who's down. Myers is Fontbonne's leading scorer tonight. Hannah Myers, she has 20 points in this ball game. She really has been a difference maker.
And I believe that trip down the floor for Fontbonne was going to be the first time that they tried to play possession and kill some clock. You could see Michael Fitzgerald, as his team was working down the floor, he told them slow, patience. And unfortunately for them, turns into another turnover. And it speaks to your point, Doug, as little as it may seem, knowing how to close out a ball game is a huge thing for a team. And for a team like Fontbonne, who struggled through most of the regular season, it's not quite their forte. 4 minutes to play, a 10-point lead for the Griffins.
Yeah, they just haven't played in games where they've had to play time and possession very often. And they are playing a good set of half-court man-to-man defense here, though. Nice backdoor cut. Good pass from Meek to Pal Goodman to make it 8 points. And the Panthers still not coming out in a full-court press at all, down 8 with 3:30 to go. Now they do come out and start getting in the passing lane a little bit. My goodness, Bailey's going to let it go and miss from deep. Coach Fitzgerald may have to use some timeouts here.
Well, and after that possession for the Griffins, Coach Fitzgerald just kind of looked over at Bailey as if to say, come on now, we can be a little smarter here.
I just don't think, we've talked about it at length, ad nauseum, I just don't think the Fontbonne team has this concept of what they need to do to use the clock. They're just trying to play at their same pace. Hoffman gets into the lane and misses the layup, gets a rebound that's blocked, and it's going to be a foul called. Coach Fitzgerald's asking, well, where is the charge, is what I think he's asking for. But 2 free throws here, and all of a sudden you're looking at a 6-point ball game with 3:13 to go, just like that. And this is one of the people you want at the free throw line. Hoffman's first free throw is good. Makes it a 59-52 game. The second free throw for Hoffman. She eyes it, flies it, good. It's a 6-point game, and Greenville comes out in a press. I like this. Pickett, and it's going to be stolen. There's Hoffman. She's going to lay it up. It's good. 59-55, a 4-point game. Pickett against the press, stops, has nowhere to go, now gets it to Beamer, intercepted again. Here we go. The ball's to DeJesus. She misses the easy one. And now Pickett with the rebound, 2:42 to go. Fontbonne's probably going to have to use clock, but they've shown they can't do it. Pickett to Beamer, to Earls. Now they're trying to get themselves established. Pickett's going to let a three go. No good. Rebound Meek. Here comes Hoffman. Panthers have a chance to cut it to 2. Meek picks up her dribble early, and Coach Mulholland decides to bail her out with a timeout. He's going to take now a full timeout. We'll take a break. You are listening to the Panther Sports Network.
Looking to get that extra 10%. Reach the next level with Athletic Republic. Athletic Republic is science-based performance sports training, delivering intense, position-specific one-on-one training. Stop working out and start training. Visit your local Athletic Republic training center today. Athletic Republic, where athletes who give 110% get the extra 10%.
Welcome back. H.J. Long Gymnasium on the campus of Greenville University. Doug Faulkner along with Tyler Rosen. And just like that, the Panthers, in a matter of about a minute and a half, took a 10-point game to a 4-point game. And they've done it some with just mostly they've done it with turnovers. They've done it a little bit with their press. They've done it with getting in the passing lanes in the half court. And Fontbonne is kind of wilted under some of this pressure late. 2:14 to go. And it's Panther ball, down 4. They have a chance to cut it to 2. Comes into Hoffman. Hoffman drives, gets into the lane. Nice pass to DeJesus. No good. Rebound out of there comes Beamer, and she's fouled. That's something you don't want to do. Although the Panthers do have some fouls to give. Now Coach Mulholland trying to get his troops up and into the back court. This is Beamer. She races into the front court, and they're going to shoot a 3, and it goes down. Harbor to take it 62-55. Here comes Hoffman. Hoffman kicks it to Iberg. Meek will let a 3 go. No good. Rebound, Powell Goodman. Kicks it to Meek. No good. It's tapped out of there, and they're going to say it went off of Meek, and it'll be Fontbonne ball. A minute 37. Coach Fitzgerald may have to use his timeouts. It comes into Harbor. Nobody's there. She's going to dribble into the front court, throw it back out to Pickett. Let's see if they'll use clock. They have not wanted to do it. And now they're going to call a foul on Powell Goodman. They do have a foul to give. A minute 24 to go. Been a weird game, folks. A really strange one. A minute 24 to go. Fontbonne has the ball, up 7. They throw it into Earls. Earls trying to get it to Bailey. They eventually do. Shot clock down to 10. Bailey kicks it to Harbor for 3. No good. Air ball. Here comes Hoffman. Hoffman races it up to Iberg. Iberg to Meek. Powell Goodman, no. And a rebound comes off to Pickett. She gets it up to Bailey, a reach foul on Meek, and that'll send Bailey to the line. 56 seconds. There's still plenty of time left in this. The Panthers have missed some easy shots here with 2 minutes or so to go, right underneath the basket. Pickett's done a nice job picking up some rebounds late in this game. And the free throw is good by Bailey. Bailey has 16 points. Harbor has 16 points. Meyer has 20, and Meyer's out of the game. She went out with an injury. Bailey's second free throw is good. It's a 9-point game. The Panthers are going to have to get it up and create something. Here's Meek. Drives. Puts it up and good. 64-47. Who's the timeout? Yes, they give the timeout to Coach Mulholland. Let's see if that's a full or a 30. He'll take a full, we'll take a break. You're listening to the Panthers Sports Network.
HSHS Holy Family Hospital, here with you. For adventures, big and small, and precious new beginnings. For the game you love, and that next big goal. For unforgettable milestones, and sharing memorable moments. We are here with you, and we are HSHS Holy Family Hospital.
Welcome back. H.J. Long Gymnasium. Doug Faulkner along with Tyler Rosen. We're on the campus of Greenville University. The Fontbonne Griffins up 64-57. They have a 7-point lead. They are definitely going to want to use clock. Coach Fitzgerald really trying to get his team organized. He's got the chalkboard out. He's drawing something up. And there's no question they're going to want to. They've got a couple of different ball handlers out here on the court. Bailey, Beamer, Harbor, they can all handle it. And Pickett was trying to throw it up near the old hash line, and it was knocked out of bounds. The officials trying to, I think, check the shot clock. And they're going to just leave it, I guess, at 30. Which is a little odd. Pickett gets it into Bailey. And they're going to call a foul on DeJesus. And as long as Fontbonne can hit free throws, they're going to be in very good shape. So it's going to come down to whether Fontbonne wants to hit free throws. I thought Greenville might do a little bit of trapping, at least initially. Bailey's free throw is good. Bailey has been 4 of 6, make it 5 of 7 now from the line. Her second free throw is up and in and out. Rebound Hoffman. Hoffman into the front court, 40 seconds. Hoffman dribbles, gets stopped at the baseline, out to Pal Goodman, a 3, no good. Rebound Iberg, she kicks it to Meek, another 3, no good. Rebound Hoffman, she puts it up and it's good. And now Coach Fitzgerald is going to take a timeout so that the ball will be moved up to half court. And it'll be a full timeout. We'll take a break. You're listening to the Panther Sports Network.
If you're interested in a tour of the beautiful and historic St. Louis area or a charter trip in one of our luxury coaches, Vandalia Bus Lines can get you there. You might be interested in a tour of the lower 48 continental United States or parts of Canada, or maybe a weekend vacation with a group of friends to cheer on the Tigers in Columbia or the Illini in Champaign. Vandalia Bus Lines, the largest fleet in the St. Louis area, 800-542-4287.
Welcome back to Greenville University. We're at H.J. Long Gymnasium. Doug Faulkner along with Tyler Rosen. 26 seconds left in this one. Lady Panthers trail by 6. Fontbonne will have the ball out of bounds in their front court. There's still plenty of time for things to happen, especially when you have that 3 ball. Pickett will be throwing the ball inbounds. Fontbonne spreading the floor. Nicely, by the way. They get it into Earls with no problem, and then they foul. Nice job by Coach Michael Fitzgerald to spread the floor like he did, and Greenville never really matched up with them. And, that's one thing I think Greenville needed to do is match up and make it difficult to get the ball inbounds, but they chose not to.
Panthers were quick to go cover Beamer almost at the other sideline, forgetting about Earls standing right in front of the Panther bench.
And Earls puts in the free throw. 10 of 16 from the line for Fontbonne. Gives them a 7-point lead. Earls hits both of them. 67-59, an 8-point game. Under 20 seconds. Hoffman will let a 3 fly. No good. Rebound. Pal Goodman. She puts it up, and they're going to say she was fouled by Pickett. That's her 4th foul. 14 seconds to go. Pal Goodman is good from the line. She's perfect from the line tonight. She is, I believe that makes it 7 for 7. Next free throw is good. It's only a 2-possession game right now. The Panthers are going to have to come up with a steal. And the ball gets knocked into the back court. Whose ball is it going to be? They signal that it'll be Fontbonne ball off of Iberg. 9 seconds to go.
Panthers are going to look to foul.
Ball comes into Harbor, and they'll foul her. It's still a 6-point game. If Harbor hits one of these, it makes it a 3-possession game with 8 seconds. That's going to make it tough. Harbor's first free throw is good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And that's going to make it a big uphill battle with 8 seconds to go. Next free throw is up and in and out, no good. Here comes Meek. We got a whistle. And Coach Mulholland is going to call a timeout. And it'll be a 30. We'll just stay here. Well, a 7-point game here. Coach Mulholland will try to draw something up. But trying to get 3 possessions squeezed into 8 seconds, that's going to be otherworldly, I think.
It'll be awfully tough ask of his team.
Yeah.
And it looks like, since we are about at the final score, it looks like Fontbonne's going to hold on to win.
Yeah.
If they do, they will take on rivals Webster in the semifinals. And we know that Fontbonne or Webster will not be short on motivation for that game, of course. But tough night here for the Panthers, and credit to Fontbonne.
Yeah, Fontbonne shot the ball well tonight. They had 3 players in double figures. And they played really good half-court defense. Ball comes into Hoffman. She throws up a 3, hard off the rim, no good. Gets her own rebound, puts it up, no good. Brummer saves it, and that'll be it. Fontbonne's going to get a first-round win here at H.J. Long Gymnasium in an upset. So the 6th seed is going to end up beating the 3rd seed here. And that's going to close out the season for the Lady Panthers. They'll go 16-10 overall on the year. If you count the conference tournament game, they'll be 13-6. And Fontbonne had 3 players in double figures. Hannah Myers, who went out late in the game, had 20. Bailey had 18. Harbor had 17, Becker 7, Beamer 4, Earls 2. On the Panthers side of the ledger, Hoffman had 26 tonight. Pal Goodman had 13, Seymour 10, Iberg 7, Brummer 3, Meek 2. And Panthers have had a good season. There's no question about that. And I think Coach Mulholland got a lot out of this team. This is a young, inexperienced team. And he's going to have most everybody back next year. And this game is going to create some motivation in the offseason. That's going to be one plus, I think. So Coach Mulholland's nice enough to join us here. Victory and or defeat. Well, Coach, I'm sorry about that one, but somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose, unfortunately. Your thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, I mean, I think that's why you got to come play them, right? And you got to come ready to play. I really feel like if we had played with the same kind of intensity and aggressiveness in the first three quarters that we did in the fourth quarter, we'd have probably been okay. But we really let them early in the first half. I felt like they controlled the pace, and even though we wanted it quick, we were out of control, right? We were letting the pace. We were throwing the ball away. I mean, I think we had 10 or 11 turnovers in the first quarter. So, it's good. I mean, hey, every game is a chance to learn, and this one's a tough one. I mean, this one's going to hurt, and maybe that'll help us in the offseason. We'll remember this game. I felt like the kids kept fighting. I was really pleased with that. The bench really tried to rally us in the fourth quarter. And, man, in the fourth quarter, we got to within 4, and then we had some bunnies, and we had some open looks. It was just one of those nights. We couldn't get that thing to fall. And so it's a tough way to end. Yeah.
Coach, your team just on the offensive end, I would say particularly, just looked a little hesitant. Was it just Fontbonne's defense kind of took them out, or was there what did you see there?
Yeah, I agree. And we were stagnant. Usually we got really good movement. We just got stagnant.
Yeah.
They did that sag-in thing on us that teams have been doing. We're going to have to work on the three-point shot. I'm not sure we shot it very well. I think we were 3 for 15. And when you can't hit it from the outside, then they begin to sag in, and that makes it harder to drive. It makes it harder for us to get the ball into Alyssa. And, and so then we do. We look a little stagnant. I just think early we had some offenses to work against it, and we just made some poor decisions, and that caused us to then be timid. We weren't confident and sure about what we were doing. And, again, Bean had a great game. She just fought and tried to keep bringing us back.
Yeah.
I was so pleased in the fourth quarter. I said if we could get within 10 with 8 minutes to go, and we didn't get there until about 7 minutes to go, and then we got it down to 4 with the ball. I think we might have even got it down to 2 maybe with the ball, and we just had some shots in there, right? We could have put those in, and that would have made a difference. I think if we could have got it closer, tied it up. But then once you got to put them at the free throw line, they're not a great free throw shooting team. They did a great job of knocking them down late. And that's what you got to do, right, to win big ball games. So.
Yeah, you created 25 turnovers, but unfortunately you had 20 of your own.
Yeah.
And if you look at that second game, you really won the turnover battle, which created that 20-point lead. But both teams made 22 field goals. They made 12 from the 3 line, and you made 3. You've already mentioned that. But that ends up probably becoming the difference. Free throw line somewhat similar. So the 3 line is what becomes a little bit different. And that Hannah Myers, boy, she had a heck of a game tonight.
Yeah, she did. She and Bailey and Harbor all, that's all the points right there. And we knew that was going to be the case. We didn't execute a defensive game plan very well.
Yep.
And, and again, that's tournament, man. That's tournament play, right? We've been around long enough to know that you got to come ready to play every game, and if not, everybody's good enough to come get you. And they played it was one of those deals. They played a really good ball game, and we didn't, and we still were in it. And we just needed to go after it a little quicker than we did.
Well, Coach, I think overall it's hard to do that after a game, to look back and look at the whole season. You'll have time to do that. But 16-10 overall, you're going to have most everybody back. I know you're excited about your recruiting class. I really thought this team maybe even overachieved this year due to good coaching and the young people stepping up when they needed to. I thought you saw a lot of movement forward in almost every player that you have on your roster. Even the players that were coming in and playing fewer minutes, they even got better this year. Yeah. And so nothing but, good things, I think, moving forward. And I like what you had to say. I think this game could provide a lot of motivation in the off season, maybe.
Yeah. And, I mean, but believe it or not, for me, as disappointed as I am in this loss, and I am, because it's one I think we should have had, it just does not cloud the pride that I have in this group and the fun that, like one game can't do that.
Yep.
You've got to look at it as a whole, and we can be frustrated and we can, dig down now in the off season and get better. But I don't think there's anything that could sort of change that for me. I'm so proud of this group of kids. They're just such a great group of kids. What a pleasure it is to coach them. And you're right, they listen and they try to do what we ask them to do. And we don't always accomplish it, but that's sports. But I couldn't be more proud of a group of kids with the way they've accomplished this year. And so we're going to ride that as well. We'll feel this one, but we're going to ride that as well as we go off into the off season.
Congratulations on a good year, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Well, that'll do it here. 68-61. The Fontbonne Griffins take the victory in the first round, and they will end up playing Webster on Friday night at Webster. Principia will play Westminster on Friday night, and then the two winners will play on Saturday. Of course, the Webster Gorlocks come into this year 2 years in a row going undefeated. And, I just have to think, Tyler, that what I saw this year from this Panther unit is a lot of excitement for next year.
I'd agree with you on that point and what you said to Coach Mulholland, maybe even a little bit of overachievement this year for this team to work their way to a number 3 seed. We kind of sat here at the turn of the calendar looking at conference play right in the face, and there are still question marks about this team. Yep. And I just had the notes down. They closed out the regular season winning 6 straight, 6 of 8 and 8 of 10.
Yeah.
So this team really turned it around, and I agree with you. I think looking forward, this experience of this season and growing throughout is really going to help this team.
It was almost like, as you say that and provide that information, Tyler, it's almost like maybe the Panthers used up all their energy in that late regular season run to get themselves into third and get a home game, and then they kind of got here and they look back and there wasn't as much gas in the tank as you would have hoped.
Nope.
Well, folks, for Tyler Rose and I'm Doug Faulkner, we look forward to being with you next year. It'll be here before you know it. This weekend you can turn into Prep Sports right here in the old baseball is ready to get started. The mitts are popping, and we'll be on the air on Friday. Tune in for some Panther baseball. We got 2 solid months of some fun outdoors. For Tyler Rosen, I'm Doug Faulkner. Good evening, everybody.